The purpose of the group is to provide psychoeducation to adolescents who have witnessed domestic violence. And I will go ahead and start. Okay guys, today we're going to discuss the Teen Power and Control Wheel. And basically to start, we're going to go ahead and read the segments of the wheel. And then if you feel like you want to share something, if you've witnessed something in regards to what the section is talking about, feel free to go ahead and speak about it. Who would like to read the first section, anger, emotional abuse?
I will.
Go ahead.
Putting her or him down, making her or him feel bad about her or himself. Name calling, making them think he or she is crazy, playing mind games, humiliating one another, and making the other person feel guilty.
Would anybody like to share regarding that?
Well, my friend, she has a boyfriend like that, and he's always just, calling her fat, but she's not really fat. He calls her fat and says she's ugly and stuff like that. So that's kind of like this.
Okay, thanks for sharing. Who would like to read the following one, using social status? Go ahead.
Okay. Treating her like a servant, making all the decisions, acting like the master of the castle, being the one to define men's and women's roles.
I feel like that was definitely how my house was. Like, my mom had her role and my dad had his role, and my mom didn't really get to make a lot of decisions, so that my dad made all the decisions, and he was like the king of the house.
Thank you for sharing. Would anybody like to say anything as to what Brittany has said? Anybody else experience something similar?
Well, my mom's kind of like the king of the house, so she kind of bosses my dad around and stuff like that. So I feel bad for him sometimes.
Okay. So we can see that it can happen with the mom or the dad, right? Either parent could take on that role. Who would like to read intimidation?
I'll read it. Making someone afraid by using looks, actions, or gestures, smashing things, destroying property, abusing pets, displaying weapons. So that's how it is in my house. Like my brother, he just gets really mad, and he's never done anything to me, but sometimes he hurts my mom, but usually he just shows us that he's gonna beat us up, or he'll do something by hitting the wall, or just yelling, or doing stuff like that. So then we know how powerful he is, so that we don't want him doing that to us. So
that must be very hard to live in that situation.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. I don't know if you guys know the same,
It's scary. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I know how you feel. My brother does that too.
My sister does that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you all for sharing. Who would like to read minimize, deny, and blame?
Making light of the abuse and not taking concern about it, seriously, saying the abuse didn't happen, shifting the responsibility for abuse behavior, saying that he or she caused it.
Does anybody identify with that? No? Okay. Moving on to threats. Thank you.
Making and or carrying out threats to do something to hurt another, threatening to leave, to commit suicide, to report her or him to the police, making her or him drop charges, or making her or him do illegal things.
Thank you. Anybody want to share something regarding threats?
I think that just happens in everybody's life. I mean, I think everybody threatens everybody, and obviously you're not going to try to snitch on somebody for what they did, so I just think that happens everywhere.
Yeah, you can't be a snitch.
No.
Mm-mm.
What about the rest of you guys? Do you guys agree with what has been said about threats?
Yeah, I agree. Who would do that? You can't snitch something out.
A lot of times in growing up where there's been abuse, that seems like the normal thing, right? Because you've grown up and you've seen that and that's been your experience. But it doesn't have to be that way. You guys deserve to be in a place where you guys aren't threatened or feel threatened, or any members of your family are threatened or feel threatened. So just something to keep in mind. Sexual coercion. Would someone like to read that one?
I will. Manipulating or making threats to get sex, getting her pregnant, threatening to take the children away, getting someone drunk or drugged to get sex.
You seem to have a strong reaction to that, Veronica.
That was interesting. Wow, that must be hard for someone to give drugs for sex. I never heard of
Anything else you would like to share about that?
that.
Anyone else have any thoughts?
Well, I think like when you go to house parties and stuff, that kind of thing can happen. So like, you can't let somebody give you a drink, or like you just have to make sure you watch your own drink, because I knew this girl and that did happen to her. She went to a house party and she got really drunk and she ended up like, you know, this guy had sex with her and stuff like that. So you have to be very careful.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to kind of shift the focus of the group, and I want to do an activity using this teen power and control wheel that we've learned. So I'm going to hand you guys a white piece of paper, and we're going to go ahead and draw or color, put glitter, anything that you guys would like to do. And in this piece of paper, feel free to write any experiences that you've had, whether at home or with a relationship of your own, and express yourself regarding the things that you don't quite feel comfortable yet expressing to the whole group. And this is going to be something very personal. Feel free to go ahead and express yourself however you want to.